Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Monday, April 21st at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 17 of 2025, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 67 degrees with a high of 70 and a low of 62. Welcome to my broadcast. I am here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles, and laughs, pretty pictures, and the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. In other words, I show you what I'm doing, I show you how I'm doing it, and I explain the why behind the coloring technique that I'm using. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always fun. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact, which I know a majority of you do. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who'll see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Now, I highly suggest that you join my Facebook group because that's where these buddy colors come from. These are free images that we do together, and they're all in my Facebook. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, so maybe we'll pop up a link to the Facebook group, and that way you can pop over and join at your convenience. Let's see. Let me get my second monitor set up here. Let's see who's popped into the group so far. Mamie, so glad to see you, Mamie. Jonah, hello. Hello, Janie. All right. So do me a favor, guys. Hello, Grace. So do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button. The more likes that we get, the more that people pay attention and stop by and see what a great group this is. All right. So the two images that I'm working on tonight, actually it's going to be three. This is from my book, Easter Parade Jubilee. Hey, Tam Tam. This is the book if anybody's interested. It's a nifty little book. Got great pictures in it. And thank you for all of you that have been coloring out of it and posting in the group. How can you resist that little starfish with the Easter bonnet on it? All right. And then the second image that I'm working on is from, hi Angie. The second image that I'm working on is Kirby Roseanne's Dark Fairy Tales. And we are so close to being done on this. Here's the image. Now, as you can see, I had started the black background last night, and what I did is I finished it, and there's just one little thing that I need to do to this yet, and we can call this done. Now, Angry Bear donated this book to the group and asked me to do an image out of it so she could see how to do that. So that's what I did, and we've been having a lot of fun out of it. Okay, and then tonight, because I'm going to be done pretty quickly with the Dark Fairy Tales, I'm going to get into this book, Symphony of Cute Animals by Kanoko Agusa. This book was gifted to us by Angie. She actually gifted us 2 books. So, Symphony of Cute Animals and Romantic Country by Erie. Beautiful books. So we'll go ahead and play around with this. And this is based on a place called Kokot, the land of beautiful towering castles. All right. So let me set this aside. We'll get this piece put up. Gosh, excuse me. And before I start coloring, my question to you is, how was your day today? Win, lose, or draw? So I'm going to say that I had a draw. Let's see. Mamie draw, Angie win, just got home from a movie. Oh, Jonah, lose. Sorry to hear that. Tammy draw. Let's see. Actually, I should probably say that my day was a win because I just released a new book. Oh, Joan, I'm sorry you don't feel well. Janie says win. Hello, Julie. Hello, Angry Bear who has ice cream. Janie got my cute and creepy coloring book, Pop Manga. I have that book actually. Oh, Angry Bear's gonna share. Okay, so this is my newest release. Puppet People Jubilee. It's a really cute book. Let me pull out a little more. I'll be releasing a notice about it tonight in the group to everybody. Let me show you some of the images that are in the book. It's a pretty nifty book. I think you're going to like it. Actually, I will restate that. I know you'll like it because it's for me. What can I say? We'll see about doing another picture from Cute and Creepy. All right. Oh, Mamie, the Easter Bunny got you some buttered popcorn Jelly Belly. Ooh, there you go. Hey, Maggie. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Happy Monday to one and all. Now, if you go into our coloring guide, guys, you need to be a member of this. Hello, Dorothy. I'm going to say hi to Dorothy. I always forget to say hi. She likes to lurk. So happy Monday to one and all. Okay. So if you go into the coloring guide, that's got the pictures that are in the book. And they're pretty darn cute. So if you like puppets, you'll like this book. I'm not going to go through everything on this right now. I'm just giving you an idea what's in it. Okay. Now, I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of that book. Let me double check with Amazon to see when it's coming in. It's telling me Wednesday. Okay, Angry Bear. All right, so you're all caught up. Let me get my paper towel. Let me get my swatch paper. Oh, Janie's going to make everybody jealous by having jelly bellies. You go, girl. Okay, so I'm going to pop over to this lantern. And I'm going to go with shades of black on it. Now, my go-to black is Prismacolor. It's rich, it's creamy, and it colors well. So black is going to be my dark color. Then I've got a darkish gray, medium to darkish gray. And then I'm going to have my light gray. So there's my color scheme. Now, I may change up that medium gray just to go a little bit lighter. I think I'm going to do that. We'll change it up to this gray here. That's why you swatch your colors, to see how they look together. All right. Let me get lined up with this. And by the way, Julie has been doing this image in Procreate. Oh, let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, Julie, you haven't posted it yet in Procreate, have you? Okay. Here's her image that she's doing in Procreate. Now, Procreate is not a plug and chug app. It's an artistic app to design and color with. And if you have an iPad, for example, you'll use your Apple Pencil. Julie, please feel free to post WIPs. It gives other people an idea on the coloring. So it looks pretty neat. Okay. Now let's go ahead and start up our lantern here. Here's my darkest color, which is my black. And yes, we colored black pencil on black grayscale. Why do we do that? Somebody tell me. Now notice that I'm adding additional black areas on this just to give it some more personality. Guys, why do we color black on black? And also, why do we color when we're doing grayscale a dark color on a dark grayscale? That's right, Moggy, for depth, dimension, detail. Hello, Bonnie. Okay, and then I'm going to use my let me look at something here. All right, I'm going to use my black. Oh, Bonnie, we're glad to have you here, even if it's for a shorter amount of time. So here's our darker color. Hello, Sibylesque. And then while I'm up at the top, I'm going to put in my medium. I gotta sharpen that. And then we'll pop in our medium color. On our top here. And then our light color. And notice how we're starting to get that really neat metallic look. Now we have an area to the left that's lighter still. I've temporarily put my medium over the top, but now I'm going to, hi Cindy, add my white pencil to it. Finger blend. You want to get all those edges out of there. Okay. Now notice, because of the gray that I'm using, particularly the light gray, how that's really making this look metallic. Hallelujah. By the way, I wanted to pass along my condolences to my Catholic peeps. The Pope has passed away. That's been breaking news now. How many of you are Catholic, if you care to share? Angry Bear, you're Catholic? Okay. Now, take your white pencil. And look how cool the top is starting to look. We want that dull gray look. Okay, medium. And notice how I'm blending over the edges of the dark that I put in previously. And then my light color. And check out how cool and metallic that's looking. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in my light. I'm sorry, not my light, my white. I misspoke. And notice again how I'm softening these edges. Okay, let me pull out, and I want you to see how really cool this top is looking. I'm just softening these edges into the white. Okay. I love this metallic look. Now let's go ahead and pop in a little color on that flame. Okay, where did my scratch paint go? Now, we're going to have a little bit of yellow. Who remembers what the second color is that I always add to the flame? Orange and red. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of this yellow around the outside because we want this to look glowy. And then we're going to add a little bit of the orange. And I'm going to put a little bit of that orange in the yellow. Janie, yeah, I had that happen once. Now, I'm not going to add any red on this one, only because I want this flame to look a little tamer. It's just a quiet little flame. That's not to say that you can't add red. If you do add red, make it very, very light. Okay. It happened last night and tonight on Prismacolors. It could be that the pencils got a little warm. It's very rare. By the way, I want to do a shout out to somebody who wrote me a really nice note. You tapped the end to keep it in? Oh, taped. Taped it in. Okay. Okay, I got a really nice note. Hello, Dust Catcher. Welcome back. So, I want to give a shout out to Ruth Kendall, who watches our broadcast. Hi, Ruth. She says, I just wanted to take an opportunity to thank you for broadcasting on YouTube every day. You have no idea what a positive difference you make by sharing your talent and friendship on your channel. You've helped me through some difficult times and are appreciated along with your fellow peeps. So I wanted to pass that message along and also say hello to Ruth. And to let you know, my peeps, that everybody, where was I going with this? Oh, and let you know, guys, that your friendship and attendance and participation in this channel make a difference to people. So just to let you know, again, to say hi to Ruth, and I really love the note. Okay. Now, while I'm at it, because I have my colors out, I'm going to pop up. No, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Let's see how observant you are. We are family. Da 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 da, says Sister Sledge. So guys, your commenting and chatting up in the group mean a lot to other people that watch this broadcast. And Ruth, I hope you didn't spit out your coffee when I mentioned your name. Okay guys, what's wrong with this picture? I'm specifically talking about the lantern. No, it's blended. That's not the problem. Grace, what part is not glowing? Okay, yeah, that can be part of it, but what else? I'll give you a hint. The issue is at the top of the lantern. Okay, the answer is our little stars, which are actually the vent holes, are dark. Grace came the closest. The issue is the top stars. There you go, Mamie. We need to put a little bit of glow around our stars. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, the stars here, unfortunately, are black. They're not plain. So what we need to do is add a little bit of yellow around the outside here. Let's go ahead and do that over here. Meanwhile, I'm going to take my light pencil and soften the look here where we have a darker part. And then let's hit this other star. And now we've got these vent holes. Now, what Bonnie mentioned, you could take some white paint the acrylic white paint would probably work as well, I'm thinking. And then when it dries, you take your alcohol marker and tap that alcohol marker on the white, and you've got your light spot. But yeah, good call, Bonnie. I love it when you guys are thinking. And I'm just going to soften this darker edge a little bit. And blend this up. Now, notice how that dark is making our metal look a little rough. That's what I wanted. How many of you have white paint? Now, Bonnie, one thing though, is if you put white paint on something like this and try to color over it, the paint can actually end up flaking up. Okay, Grace, Bonnie, Tammy, Janie, okay. Since Bonnie brought it up, I'm going to get my white acrylic paint Let's play. Oh. And I'm going to put a drop of it on my paper here. And I'm going to take a toothpick and I'm going to put a very thin layer of paint on top of this. Now, I'm dabbing more than anything else. I'm not really scraping. And make sure that you get a nice point on your star, otherwise it's going to look funny. Bonnie, you didn't cause me more work at all. Are you kidding? Your comment is the epitome of what this group is all about, and that's exchanging ideas. Let me put it to you this way, Bonnie. I would have been more disappointed if I had learned that you didn't say anything. I don't want anyone to hesitate to say anything. Now, for those of you that don't have white paint, you can go ahead and put the yellow around the black like we did. Okay. Now, for those of you that do have white paint, you might want to sit tight and wait to see how I finish this. If not, get your toothpick out, get some white paint out, and start covering these little vents. That actually looks good already. Okay, let's go to the right-hand side. Whoop, there we are. See, Bonnie, I'm really glad you stepped in this evening. Now, if you really wanted to play with this, evil laugh. I'm just taking the other end of my toothpick here and just wiping away some excess paint. But if you really wanted to play with this, add another star up at the top. Okay, and let's put one more here. And I don't want to hear anybody say that they can't draw a star. Okay, Grace, I'm getting there with the yellow. And you're right. You could do this with yellow paint. But I'm showing you how to do this if you don't have the different paint colors. Okay, I've got to let that dry a few minutes, and this white acrylic paint dries very quickly, by the way. And while that's drying, I'm going to continue with my other colors on the lantern. So here's my medium. And hopefully I won't get my hand into my paint. I'm good at getting into my paint and my glitter when I do stuff. And I'm very, very lightly, actually I'm going to come in with my Payne's Gray. On this spot, black is going to be a little too dark here. And then I'm going to come in with my light gray. And that'll be all around this edge. I love this gray. It really makes it look like a lantern. Okay, this is my light color. And then back down to my next level with my light color, and I'm going over that black that I put in. Bonnie, get yourself some glitter. All right. So let me pull out. I don't want to pull out too far here. I'm going to use my toothpick, and I'm just going to make sure that the edges of my star are nice and smooth. That's the neat thing about this acrylic paint. It comes off very easily. Okay, now here's the cool thing that I'm about to do. Although I always do cool things. I'm going to grab my alcohol-based marker. Which is my, you want a bright yellow. Now, if you can't find a bright yellow in your alcohol-based markers, use your water base. If you don't have alcohol-based markers, use your water-based. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab that yellow onto my white paint. Now, Grace brought up earlier about having yellow paint. You don't need to buy paints in different colors. All you have to do is use your white acrylic paint on whatever surface you want to change. And then dab your marker over it. So, however many colors of markers that you have, that's how many paint colors you'll have. Grace, does that make sense? Now I accidentally uncovered my dark spot here. So save yourself some money. and just use your marker and white paint. I'll go back over that later with yellow when it dries. Okay. Any questions? Let me pull out and we can take a look at this. Okay, Angie. Hold on, gotta grab something. Okay. Now, while I'm here on this flame, I'm going to add a little bit of shine to it. Now, I have some glitter that comes in a set. And it comes in a set of 3. You get silver, you get gold, and you get holographic or iridescent. It's called Basic, B-A-Z-I-C, glitter glue. It comes in huge bottles and it's a set of 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of this stuff to our candle flame. I'm going to use the holographic. And you don't need much. I mean, I just put a teeny dot here on this. It's very subtle. You don't want it poking you in the eye. Okay, and then I'm going to go over to my other candle. And I'm going to get my yellow and orange. We're going to do the same type of thing with our coloring. Notice that on the candle flame, we have that darker edge. We can finger blend that. And then I'm going to use my light yellow pencil. Now, you could use eyeshadow to do this if you want. And I'm using the side of the pencil because we're covering quite a bit of the paper. You don't need the point. Okay, finger blend. Now, while I'm here in this view, we've got a candle that doesn't have a wick on it. So I'm going to take my Payne's Gray and I'm going to draw that little puppy in there. So basically, at the moment, it's an unlit candle. Then I'm going to go back to my flame here. Oh, I didn't put in my orange. Enough. You want a little bit of the orange on the outside around the candle flame. And just parallel the shape of the flame. See how I did that? We're going to make a point up there at the top. And then we'll take the toothpick and we'll pop in that iridescent. Now, you can choose to keep your iridescent glitter on the flame itself, or you can add it to the outside. But I would keep it to the flame itself. Okay, Celeste. And also, I need to blend my edge of my orange a little better. And then the other things I want you to notice is that in putting my candle glow around here, I'm leaving a few areas of the lighter white color. How cool is that? Now, Bonnie, good night. Thanks for stopping by, sweetie. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. And we got a good lesson on how to poke holes in a lantern. And Grace found out that she didn't have to buy every color under the sun in acrylic paint in order to paint an area. Okay, Mamie. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my previous flame. Now that my glitter has started to dry, and I'm going to add a larger glow area. And that is looking really cool, I'll tell you. Be sure to make a point at the top. Guys, check it out how cool this is looking. Now, you guys know that I'm all about details, right? Cindy, good night. I'm going to go up to my stars on the top of my lantern, and I'm going to get my orange marker. And I'm very, very lightly going to add a little bit of orange to my stars. Now, again, don't drag your marker, poke it. And notice that I'm keeping the orange basically to one side. That's going to give us a little bit of dimension. Amazing Grace. Yeah, it does look amazing, doesn't it? Now remember, when you use water-based markers, sometimes you've got to, when you put the color on, just tap it with your finger so it doesn't puddle. All right, check it out. now back to my light color on my lantern for the purpose of blending. I want to soften up the edges of my darkest color. Okay, medium color. Don't forget to turn your pencil when you're doing these areas. Now again, here we are again doing gray on gray. And look how cool that looks. Let me get some light in here. Let me go to the right and work further on my gray on gray. I just want to make sure I've got all my panels covered. And then to my left side here, medium gray down the edges of our panel. Okay, now back up to the top of this puppy, medium gray, I want to blend the edges of my darkest color here. Now, if you carefully look inside of your lantern, you'll see an edge here. So that is actually the base as you're looking through the candle or through the lantern. And let me pull out to show you the full effect now. Okay, Mary, thank you. Any questions? I'm thinking that whole area is looking pretty cute. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta adjust the fan. Now, notice how carefully we're doing detail on this. This whole bit, you can take an everyday image and really make something out of it. And that's why I keep telling you, take the time to do your details, add your add-ons, but don't get stupid with them. Any questions? Okay, Maggie, thank you. Okay. Now, I have one small thing that I need to do on dark fairy tales. It'll take me about 10 minutes, that'll be it. And then we can call this done. So in other words, I won't be on this very long. And then I'm going to go into Symphony of Cute Animals. This is the book that Angie sent us. So I know some of you pop out when I pull up this Dark Fairy Tales, which is of course perfectly fine. I'm just letting you know that I'm going to be working on Symphony after this. All right, Angry Bear, are you still here with us? Okay. I'm going to pull out my Faber-Castell chalks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some gray clouds in the background. So I'm going to find my sponge tip applicators. And I'm going to put white on it. And I'm going to take that white and add my grayish clouds. Okay, Maggie. Check it out. Now, you want this to be random. Don't add too many clouds. Let me pull out. Let's see if we can get a good in-between here. And make sure that when you put your chalks down, make sure that the edges of what you put down are lumpy and not just straight across. Otherwise, you're going to lose the effect. Okay. You want this to look like natural clouds. Angry Bear, did you see my message on Messenger that I had colored the entire background? Or the rest of this background off camera? Oh no, I did? I don't know what that means. Did not. Okay. Jonah, good night. Jonah, I'm going to be switching projects in about 4 minutes. We're starting a new coloring page. Okay. Now, what do I always use after I use eyeshadow? Sir Gummy, that's right. And I'm just going to dab right by the areas where I used eyeshadow, and that'll get the eyeshadow off the colored pencil. Okay, Jonah. Good night. Now, I'm going to do one quick modification to this head with my Payne's Gray. I want to balance the darkness of the head with the darkness of the body. And I'm just adding a little bit of shading just to better define the fur on the head. Now, I am a huge advocate of not feeling embarrassed about having to go back over an area. The reason I go back over stuff is not because I've made a mistake, but because as I'm coloring other aspects of the page, the balance of color or of shading may have changed, which it did with this wolf head. And I'm just getting this wolf head to be more in line with the darkness of the rest of the piece. So this is not a correction, this is an enhancement. Okay, now I'm happier with that. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Down here with the body is I'm very lightly going to go over my light areas here with the Payne's Gray. And I'm just doing that to balance all three segments here. Now, if I had Krylon spray, I would be spraying this entire piece. Let me pull out. I'm calling this one done. Any questions? Unfortunately, my studio light is shining on this left-hand side. Let me see. Yeah, if I pick that up a little bit, it gives you an idea of how shaded this is on the left. Julie, I used a water-based black marker. Any questions about this project? I wanted you guys to see how easy it was to do that black sky with the gray clouds. Okay, I am declaring this one done. So let me get my marker so I can put my name on it, the date, and I will move on to the next project. Angry Bear, I hope you're happy with us. All right. For 21, 25. Okay. One last look, declaring this one done. Guys, not hard. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Next project. Symphony of Cute Animals. This one was given to us by Angie. Thank you, Angie. And I'm planning on doing a couple of projects out of this particular book. And then I'll be doing another project out of the other book that Angie gave us, which is The Romantic Country. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up on one of the effects that I'm going to put on this. as I showed you the other day, some pink ribbon that I have. So I'm going to be putting pink ribbon on this piece after we do the coloring. Oh, Angry Bear, that's great. You've got this book, Tammy, you've got this book. Who else has it? And then I'm going to be putting on the pink bows. Mamie, you've got it. Great. Hopefully all you guys will color along with us. Oh, hello, Truth is Light. Catching your video tonight. I'm so excited because I have this book. I will watch, but color along on the rewatch. Okay. So, Truth, welcome. For anybody that doesn't have the book, Mamie has put up the link for it. And she's also put the link up for the ribbon. It's a 36 color assortment. I think that's going to look really cool. Okay. Truth, welcome to the broadcast. I'm assuming that you've been watching a while. Truth, where are you from? I'm in the Cookeville, Tennessee area. I'm about 45 minutes, an hour east of Nashville. Wisconsin, okay. All right. Let's start this up. So, Truth, have you been watching before, I assume? Now I'm going to start out with a nice light blue on the egg. Let me swatch this for you. Again, it's a very, very light blue. Now, if you want, you can use chalks. You can use eyeshadow. So let's start up on this. Now, remember, when you're coloring in a large area like this, you want to make little circles. Why? Because it gives you a nice even coverage with the pencil. Take your time. You love coloring. You've been coloring about 15 months. You have a nice collection of supplies now. Perfect. So do you think that you can join us on a more regular basis, or what's the deal with that? Because as you know, I broadcast every night. Truth, do you have a printer? Now, Truth, just because you don't have, good, so that means you can print out the buddy colors or the buddy pages. Okay, now I'm going to pop up into these flowers because we have a couple of areas where our shell is peeking through. Well, Truth, I'm hoping that you're able also to color with us on the buddy colors. Okay, now, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Okay, Truth, here's what you can do. First of all, wait a minute. Let me tell you, this is a broken edge of the shell right here. What you can do is you can email me your email address. And my email address is teachingadultcoloring with ILene Vick at charter.net. My Linda, so glad to see you. And Truth, if you would do me a favor and hit that thumbs up, I would sure appreciate it. My Linda, I will pull out in a second and show you what we accomplished this evening. Now, I can't say this enough. Take your time. So Angie says this book has 73 pages and you counted the double pages as one. Okay. Truth, I use various brands of pencils because I have a bunch of brands. So what I do is I swatch the colors. And that way, if somebody doesn't have a specific brand, they don't hyperventilate about it. I've got like 13 brands, 14 brands. Okay, let's take a peek at this. I'm just glad to hear that so many of you have this book. Okay, now I'm going to come in with a slightly darker blue. Let me show you. This is it right here. Oh, my Linda, I was going to show you what else we've done tonight. Hold on. So, my Linda, we started working on the lantern, and these little stars up here were black, and I showed everybody how to turn them yellow. So you definitely need to check into that. So now that's looking pretty cool. Okay, Janie. And then we finished Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosannes. And the only thing I had to do was add some clouds in the background, and I did a little bit of touch up on the head of the wolf. I'm trying to get this shine off the book so you can see. So yeah, this is done. And Angry Bear was nice enough to supply the book. And Angie is saying that she's pretty happy that other people have the book, this book as well, which of course is our Symphony of Cute Animals. Hi, Kathy. Kathy, I was just showing my Linda the progress that we made on the fluff bums, and I was working on a lantern. So if you want to see that, you'll just have to go into the video, and when it goes to video, and check it out. And Kathy, we finished up Dark Fairy Tales. So that's all done now as well. Okay. Now, we want to make this egg, because this looks really dull right now. I mean, it's just a shade of blue on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my darker blue and I'm adding little areas of that darker color. And what that does is that gives us a mottled, M-O-T-T-L-E-D look. And that's what a real egg is going to look like. Now, if that doesn't look cute, I don't know. Oh, the dark fairy tale is beautifully done, not so scary anymore. I would say that that book is an acquired taste. And I am so glad that Angry Bear supplied it to us. Now, don't completely cover up your light blue. With your darker blue. Anybody having any problem with this technique? Well, if Angry Bear is happy with the picture I did out of that book, then I'm happy. And remember, if anybody else has a book that they want me to color out of, check with me first to make sure I don't have it. And you're welcome to supply it to the group and I'll color out of it. I won't, though, color out of any books that have gruesome horror to it. Anybody having any problems modeling their egg? If that doesn't look neat, I don't know what does. Look how cool that looks. Who's coloring this with me right now? Angry Bear, Tam Tam, Grace, Janie. Okay. Cool. Are you having any problems modeling your blue? Okay, back to my lightest blue. Don't forget to turn your pencil as you color. Angie says that this is the first picture that she did out of the book. Angie, that's why I'm doing 2 pictures out of this book, because I know that you had already done this one. Bellatini Art, hello, welcome to the broadcast. So Bellatini, where are you from? And have you seen my broadcast before? Washington. Washington as in Washington State? Or Washington as of Washington, D.C.? Oh, and we've chatted before. Okay. My apologies for not remembering. I suppose if it had been Washington, D.C., you would have said Washington, D.C. Oh. We've had quite a busy night tonight. Got a lot done. Oh, Julie, you ordered the book and the ribbon. They'll be here Wednesday and you'll catch up. Cool. So Kathy says, I don't like horror movies. I don't really either. About 35 years ago, I had a dream about Freddy Krueger. Oh. Since I have never seen Nightmare on Elm Street, I dreamt Freddy was a nice guy and we sat and drank tea. Okay. Bellatini, let me pull out. This is what I'm coloring. This is the book it's out of. Mamie's about to put the link up for this book. So if you decide that you want to color with us, you can pick up the book. Oh, you've been coloring that one this week as well. You've got the book. Now, it takes a little bit of time to do this because it is a larger background, but once we get the background in, we'll be good to go for everything else. Let me zoom in so you can see what parts around the flower I put the blue in. So Ballatini, tell us a little bit about Ballatini art. What does that mean? Now, again, guys, take your time. Ballatini Art is a watercolor and ceramics company. I also have a coloring channel. Oh. Janie says there's a deer. Oh, there we go. Pretty darn cute. So, what kind of ceramics are you talking about? Like ceramics that you put on a countertop and a wall, or? And watercolor, I'm assuming you sell your own paints? Okay, let me get going here because I want to do something with this. You make everything but specialize in paint palette, half pans, and yes, we make paint. Cool. Truth, good night. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy truth, sleepy truth, purr, purr, purr. Okay, now don't forget your finger blend, right? Oh, thank you, Bellatini. It is, it's a good nail color. Okay, now, here's the egg. The top of it is mottled, right? What's another technique for making something look mottled? Bellatini says that watercolor is your first love. Excellent. Guys, what's another way to make something look mottled? I know you know this answer. Somebody tell me. I can't believe that one of you hasn't come up with this answer. Come on. Pellatini says watercolors. Yes, I have painted in my books. Mamie, thank you. Grace says, okay, thank you. Mamie, eraser. Julie, eraser. Kathy, eraser. Hey, Bellatini, if you're addicted to art supplies, I don't know if you've seen this previous project, but these are my fluff bums here, and this is out of my own coloring book. I've got basket grass, I've got feathers. We put little pieces of tissue in here. You know how birds gather stuff in the nest? I've got twine. Got a little bit of ribbon. So, Bellatini, are you the owner of the company? Okay, finally, one of you came up with eraser. Oh, there's two of you. Okay. Well, Bellatini, I don't have any watercolors. I'm assuming that you have palettes of them, kits. If you supply me with the watercolor, I can advertise you. If I like them, I can advertise you on this channel. Contact me on Facebook. Okay. Now, I'm going to use my eraser and notice how I am erasing in the mottling of M-O-T-T, model, M-O-T-T-L, spell modeling. No, that's not the word I want. Guys, check it out. Thank you. M-O-T-T-L-E-D. Oh my gosh. Total brain lapse. Thank you, Grace. Well, I have a lot of pencil brands, so I've got like, I don't know, 13, 14 brands of pencils now. So it varies. So when I do a project, I swatch. And that way you guys can pick out your colors. Now, you can either use your electric eraser or you can use your Pentel eraser stick. Yeah, Bellatini, I don't color around brand. All right, now hang with me. I'm running a little late. So there are the two ways that you can make your piece look modeled. Any questions? All right. So let me pull out. Let's take a look at how this is looking. What do you think? Okay, guys, I'm going to call it an evening. It's that time. We got quite a bit done. We got more done on our little fluff bums, particularly our lantern and our candles. And I finished, woohoo, Kirby Roseanne's. Oh, Bellatini, you're welcome. I finished our Kirby Roseanne's Dark Fairy Tales. Compliments of Angie. No. Angry Bear. All right, Kathy, see you Wednesday. All right, guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching About Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring, love on each other. That is specifically what our group is known for. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place, guys. Please, please, please share this broadcast to your timeline. There are lots of people out there that need the company and would enjoy it. And if they color, adult color, that's great as well. All right, have a great rest of the evening then. I'm going to go stuff my face. Bellatini, glad to meet you. Hope you can stop by. Welcome to all the other people that came in, whether you introduced yourself or whether you hit up in the balcony. And please do me a favor and hit that like button. Truth, good to see ya. All right, guys, till tomorrow night then. Bye.